Hi, it's me, Tammy. Welcome back. Let's begin by reading Breakfast or Lunch, Lesson 2. Let's read the article. It's about him. I never get up early. He never gets up early. Let's read the article and then answer this question. Why was the writer's aunt surprised? It says, it was Sunday. I never get up early on Sundays. I sometimes stay in bed until lunchtime. Until means up to a certain point or time. Last Sunday I got up very late. I looked out of the window. It was dark outside. Outside means the things that are not in our house. So for example, if we look out the window, the things we see outside our window is the things that are outside. What a day, I thought. It's raining again. Just then, the telephone rang. Rang means the noise or the sound the telephone makes when someone is calling us. It was my aunt. An aunt is either your mother's sister or your father's sister. It was my Aunt Lucy. I've just arrived by train, she said. I'm coming to see you. But I'm still having breakfast, I said. What are you doing? She asked. I'm having breakfast, I repeated. Repeated means when we say something more than one time. Dear me, she said. Do you always get up so late? It's 1 o'clock. Let's read this article again. It was Sunday. I never get up early on Sundays. I sometimes stay in bed until up to the point of lunchtime. Last Sunday, I got up very late. I looked out the window. It was dark outside. It was dark in the place that's not in my house. What a day, I thought. It's raining again. Just then, the telephone rang. The telephone made a noise to let me know someone was calling me. It was my aunt. It was my mother's sister or my father's sister, my Aunt Lucy. I've just arrived by train, she said. I'm coming to see you. But I'm still having breakfast, I said. What are you doing? She asked. I'm having breakfast, I repeated. I'm having breakfast, I said again. Dear me, she said. Do you always get up so late? It's 1 o'clock. Why was the writer's aunt surprised? She was surprised because he he gets up so late. He was having breakfast at lunchtime. Now, let's answer some questions about what we've just read. Number 1. Does the writer always get up early on Sundays, or does he always get up late? It says here, I never get up early on Sundays, so he gets up late. Number 2. Did he get up early last Sunday, or did he get up late? Well, it says he never gets up early on Sundays, so he gets up late. He got up late last Sunday. Number 3. Who telephoned then? His Aunt Lucy telephoned. Number 4. Had she just arrived by train, or had she come on foot? It says, I've just arrived by train. So his Aunt Lucy had just arrived by train. Number 5. Was she coming to see him or not? Yes, his Aunt Lucy was coming to see him. I'm coming to see you, she said. Number 6. Did he say, I'm still having breakfast, or did he say, I am still in bed? He said, I'm having breakfast. Number 7. Was his aunt very surprised or not? His aunt was very surprised. Number 8. What was the time? It's 1 o'clock. The time was 1 o'clock. Now, often, and always. When we're doing something now, we can say things like, it's raining, or I'm coming to see you. I'm still having breakfast. What are you doing? But when we do something often, or when we do something always, we say, I never get up early on Sundays, or I sometimes stay in bed, or do you always get up so late? Let's write out these sentences again and give the right form of the words in parentheses. It says, I am looking out of my window. I can see some children in the street. The children are playing football. The children are playing football. They always play football in the street. Now, a little boy is kicking the ball. Another boy is running after him, but he cannot catch him. Another boy is running. I carried my bags into the hall. What you do? What are you doing? What are you doing? I leave, Mrs. Lynch, I answered. I am leaving. Why you leave? Why are you leaving? You have been here only a week. A week too long, Mrs. Lynch, I said. There are too many rules in this house. My friends never come to visit me. Dinner is always at 7 o'clock, so I frequently go to bed hungry. You don't like music, so I rarely listen to the radio. The heating doesn't work, so I always feel cold. This is a terrible place for a man like me. Goodbye, Mrs. Lynch. Okay, note the positions of the words in italics. My friends never come to visit me. I frequently go to bed hungry. I rarely listen to the radio. I always feel cold. I never get up early on Sundays. I sometimes stay in bed until lunchtime. Here we're going to write the sentences again, but we're going to put the words in parentheses in the right place. Here, she answers my letters rarely. We want to put rarely here. She rarely answers my letters. The word never. We work after 6 o'clock. We never work after 6 o'clock. The word always. The shops close on Saturday afternoons. The shops always close on Saturday afternoons. Do you go to work by car? Always. Do you always go to work by car? The word frequently. Our teacher collects our exercise books. Our teacher frequently collects our exercise books. We spend our holidays abroad. The word sometimes. We sometimes spend our holidays abroad. The word often. I buy CDs. I often buy CDs. The word ever. Do you buy CDs? Do you ever buy CDs? We can begin sentences with the word what. So instead of saying, it is a terrible day, we can say, what a terrible day. Instead of saying, this is a beautiful picture, we can say, what a beautiful picture. Or, what a beautiful picture this is. So we're going to begin these sentences with the word what. And you'll learn how to say sentences using the word what. Number one, this is a wonderful garden. We can say, what a wonderful garden. Number two, this is a surprise. What a surprise. Number three, he is causing a lot of trouble. What trouble? What a lot of trouble he is causing. They are wonderful actors. What wonderful actors they are. Number five, she is a hard-working woman. What a hard-working woman she is. Number six, it is a tall building. What a tall building it is. Number eight, it's a terrible film. What a terrible film it is. Number eight, you are a clever boy. What a clever boy you are. Number nine, she is a pretty girl. What a pretty girl she is. Number 10, he is a strange guy. What a strange guy he is. Multiple choice questions. Comprehension. Number 1, it says, when Aunt Lucy telephoned, was the writer asleep? Had the writer already gotten up? Was the writer still in bed? Or was the writer having lunch? Well, when Aunt Lucy telephoned, it says, just then the telephone rang. It was my Aunt Lucy. Last Sunday I got up very late. I looked out of the window. So if he's looking out of the window, that means he had already gotten up. So the writer had already gotten up. Number 2, Aunt Lucy was surprised because the writer was having lunch, it was late, it was 1 o'clock, or the writer was having breakfast at lunchtime. It says here, he says, I'm having breakfast. And Aunt Lucy said, do you always get up so late? It's 1 o'clock. So he was having breakfast at 1 o'clock. Aunt Lucy was surprised because the writer was having breakfast at lunchtime. Number 3, he sometimes blank in bed until lunchtime. It says, I sometimes stay in bed until lunchtime. So he sometimes stays in bed until lunchtime. He sometimes stays in bed until lunchtime. Number 4, he stayed in bed until lunchtime. He went blank bed late last night. Did he go in bed late last night? Nope. Did he go into bed late last night? Nope. Did he go at bed late last night? Nope. He went to bed late last night. Number 5, he doesn't get up early on Sundays. He gets up, not lately. He gets up slowly. Nope. He gets up hardly. Nope. He gets up late. He doesn't get up early on Sundays. He gets up late. Number 6, this is the answer to the question, by train. So we must ask the question. And the question is, blank, did Aunt Lucy come? We want to know not when did Aunt Lucy come, because the answer is by train. So we don't say when did Aunt Lucy come. We don't say why did Aunt Lucy come, because the answer is by train. We don't say where did Aunt Lucy come. We say how. How did Aunt Lucy come? Aunt Lucy came by train. Number 7, the writer can't see Aunt Lucy, blank, he's having breakfast. Why can't the writer see Aunt Lucy? The writer can't see Aunt Lucy now. He can't see Aunt Lucy now because he's having breakfast. Number 8, he blinked out of the window and saw that it was raining. What did he do out the window? He didn't saw out the window. He didn't remarked out the window. He didn't watched out the window. He looked out the window and saw that it was raining. Number 9, just then the telephone rang. It rang. So just then means at that moment. It rang at that moment. Just then. Number 10, she was his aunt. So he was her. Remember, your aunt means it's either your mother's sister or your father's sister. So she was his aunt. So he was her nephew. Number 11, breakfast is the first blank of the day. Breakfast is the first meal of the day. And number 12, Aunt Lucy said, "Dear me," because she was surprised. When people say, "Dear me," they're sometimes surprised. Let's rewrite this sentence. The sentence says, I arrived by train a moment ago. I've just arrived by train. I've just arrived by train. I've just arrived by train. This is the end of this video lesson. Bye.